50 acres where the grass grows high lives a longhorn bull with a watchful eye. He's got pedigree, pride, and that Texas glare, with a stare that'll stop you cold right there. Don't mess with Tex, you best respect. He's king of the land, and he don't forget. He don't want trouble, just wants his space. Give him that, it won't end in a chase. He's the legend, the pride of the West. Don't mess with Tex. He don't need touching to know you're near. Nothing wrong with a healthy fear. He ain't mean, but he ain't no pet. He'll give respect if you give what you get. Don't mess with Tex, just tip your hat. He knows where you stand, and he's fine with that. He's done his job, and he's earned his rest. Still the boss, still the best. He's the thunder that rolls with every step. Don't mess with Tex. He ain't slowing down, just taking it in, watching his family chase the wind. But he'll always be the name they say when they talk about bulls of the Texas way. Don't mess with Tex, the Longhorn King. He gave it all, I didn't miss a thing. With his lady by his side, he'll roam his days out Texas style. So raise a glass, never forget. Don't mess with Tex.
You don't mess with Tex. Hi to hello. Look how cute Christy looks with her hair. Hey, Christy. Hey, I have a fun idea. Why don't we invite all of our moderators and see if they want to join us? Just moderators only. Christy, would that make you embarrassed? Would that embarrass you? Keisha, would that embarrass you? Vanessa, Billy, nobody has to. But I am just curious if the moderators all want to jump in and say hi. Let me ask them first. Okay, everyone's saying please. They want to see the moderators. Oh no, Keisha's like, I'd need 10 minutes. I'd need 10 minutes, Lester. Oh my gosh. She's probably going to try to go put on some makeup or do her hair. Christy goes, I'm a hot mess. I can't. Okay, never mind then. Teresa goes, I will, but only if everybody else will. I know that Miss Billy is probably not here. Miss Billy, I don't want to get into her personal life, but I know that she's having some family situation right now. So I don't think that we'll even see Miss Billy tonight. And Miss Billy, don't feel an obligation to jump in. If you got family matters, then by all means, you please take care of your family matters. And that goes for all of our moderators, guys. We don't have, oh, Chrissy's like, thank you. Oh, Lord, thank you. Guys, I would love that if we had a moderators, like a panel of moderators, and we could ask them some questions. That would be so darn fun. And I'm not saying the girls are chicken, but I do understand that ladies want to look good. I have no excuses. I'm not going to look good no matter how much time I take. So this is just what you see is what you get, y'all. What you see is what you get. All right. Chrissy just now said it would be fun, but you have to warn us. I know. Oh my gosh, this is funny. Y'all, hold on. I got to pull this up. I give this lady a hard time. I tease her and she plays back with me. I've never had a chance to talk to her outside of the chat here. so I don't know her personally. But today I was reading through the comments of a video, and Mom and Boys is a very vocal contributor. I will just say she's a very vocal contributor, and she likes to, well, she's always a big part of the chat. And of course, today at 3 o'clock, no one knew where she was at. And she was like AWOL. And you sort of get used to seeing certain people and you see certain conversations. So, Mom and Boys, I hope I don't embarrass you when I say this, but so what happened was I was reading the comments, and don't forget today's Thursday. You all know today's Thursday, right? And so in the comments, I saw that she said, hey, Lester and everybody, sorry I missed the 3 o'clock premiere. I think that she said she took a nap. I think that she was napping. She goes, I'm sorry, I just woke up. She goes, but don't worry. I'll be ready for some Cahoot tonight. She'll be ready for some Cahoot tonight. Guys, tonight's Thursday. We don't play Cahoots on Thursday. She goes, sorry I overslept. I missed the 3 o'clock premiere, but I'll be ready for some Cahoots tonight. And I read that comment and I'm like, hold on, this lady. And I think that I put a reply to her. I says, a day late, $1 short. But in this case, you're a day ahead. You're a day ahead, sweet lady. Today's only Thursday. So hopefully with an extra day of practice, she'll be revving to go. Now, I was going to ask you all, have y'all noticed something that, oh, maybe she meant the kazoo. Maybe she meant she'll be ready for some kazooing tonight. Oh, don't get me started. Who said that comment, guys? Now, listen, I have both of my channels on. So the comments, if you think the comments are going by fast for you, they're really flying by for me because I have both channels. So I'm a Survivor and Longhorn Lester's all popping up. Yes, Virginia heard it. Virginia, I lost it. Virginia said it, y'all. Okay, hold on. Virginia, I'm going to pull it up. Virginia says, no dings and bings this week. I know. Virginia and everybody else, I thought that this week I would just make things obvious and without doing all of the dings and the doorbells and all of the things that some folks were saying were scaring their dogs or were triggering them. So it's really a chance to find out who has really been paying attention. And remember, if you've been busy and you haven't had time this week, guys, thank you, ma'am. It's just for fun. If you play Cahoot, if you play Cahoot tomorrow, either on the online game with us or you play in the chat, I don't care if you only get 6 out of 10 or 4 out of 10. I don't care. It's just for fun, okay? And also remember that tomorrow is July 4th, our country's Independence Day. And so I know that some folks won't be able to play tomorrow, but it's something that I enjoy doing. And so I will absolutely tomorrow throw together a 20-question Cahoot quiz. But instead of me going all week giving you all those little ding, 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 dings and ding, dong, and all of those things, I just thought that I would not do that this week and just see how you do. Just see how you do. But by all means, tomorrow, moderators and all of you sweet people, remember, if you got other things going on, you got family, if you're traveling, by all means, you always do family first. And I'm serious about that. And I would do the same thing. If I had an occasion or an event with my family, then you have to know that family has to come first. And I know that you guys would understand that. Okay? So I'm just curious how many already know that they're going to be going tomorrow evening to a fireworks show. I can guarantee you all of the folks who live in Minnesota are going to be heading off to the lakes, I'm pretty sure. And then anybody who lives by a body of water, I bet, is going to be doing the fireworks. Now, personally, we hate fireworks. I will remind you guys of something that a lot of people were talking about. It was an entire year ago that we lost Sadie because of the fireworks. But it was not July 4th when we lost Sadie. It was around Christmas time. And over here in Texas, they do have fireworks, and a lot of the different cultures do fireworks any chance you get. A lot of people in around the country only do fireworks on July 4th, maybe New Year's Eve. But over here, they do fireworks. There's firework warehouses and fireworks superstores that are open a lot. And so you can pretty much buy you could even buy fireworks at Walmart. Guys, you can buy fireworks at Walmart now. And so, yeah, a lot of people will be doing fireworks tomorrow, which is going to be quite scary for the animals there in Plum Grove, especially. I feel so bad for Ellie and Megan, Mom and Dad, Jake and Bree, and Uncle Dan and Kim, and all of those folks who have animals over there, because it gets really, really bad. It's not bad here at all. I'm at the JL Ranch. It's not bad over at Longhorn Lester's either. But Plum Grove really has a doozy, boy. They really go out. They go out of their way. And then, did you guys hear about that horrible fire in California? I think it was a fireworks warehouse that caught on fire. I've not watched the news the entire day, but I know that I watched last night, and I saw that was just a horrible thing. And then, guys, it has not been a year since Sadie. It has not been a year. It's been 6 months. Sadie did not leave on July 4th. That's what I was just trying to tell you. Sadie took off with the fireworks on around Christmas. So, yeah, I do believe it may not have been California, but I think it was. But there was a very large warehouse, fireworks warehouse, that caught on fire. And I do think that there were people missing. So more than likely, they were caught up in all of that and did not get out. So very sad. Very, very sad. But like I said, I did not watch the news at all today. I usually watch the news towards the nighttime when I sit down to have my dinner. I will sometimes watch the news. What I usually do is turn on the hot water heater, and while it's warming up. So as of right now, there's only 3 people missing. I think someone just said. Someone else says there are 7 people missing. So sometimes facts get skewed, and so it doesn't matter if it's 1 or if it's a dozen. I feel your heart goes out to anybody who was caught up in all of that, or of course for all the people whose homes had to be evacuated because of the fires that broke out because of it. So, all right. Well, you obviously realize that we are indoors tonight and we're not out and about. That's for good reason. We've had lots of rain today. It's a muddy mess. Today it was interesting that it was a very hot morning, but when the weather changed and the storms blew in, I think that our temperatures dropped down into the low 80s. And so how crazy was it to drive over and get out of the truck and start doing all of my chores here? And even though you have, it's hot, it wasn't unbearable like it has been. I don't even think I broke out of sweat. Hey, can I show you guys something that was quite scary that happened today while I was doing the afternoon feed up? I recorded some wonderful video. Now, I've not put anything together yet to show you all of the details, but I will show you the beginning of my video tomorrow and let you see what happened just now. It's horrible. It's just horrible. I'm going to send this over to my computer and I will show you, and you'll have a little bit of a heads up on what's coming your way tomorrow and all of the details behind it. Let me pull it up here, and I'm going to send this over to my computer. It's less than a minute long. It is less than a minute long. All right, let me find my mouse, accept, put this to the downloads. Okay, so what I'm going to do is pull this up for you all. I need to find my videos. Watch this. Move, Waylon. Move, move, move. Mother F, mother F. Okay, well. He was not going to be contained.
All right, well, hey, I guess that ain't gonna work. Guys, it was just an idea.
Oh, he's not done yet.
Look. Tex! Did you have to do it that way?
You guys can look on the ground, right? Well, first of all, he bent the entire gate. The entire gate is bent. The entire gate is bent. And then on the ground, you can see where he popped the little brackets, the L-shaped hinges that go into your gates. He broke them all the way out, pushed them all the way out of the wall. And I'll tell you what, he has been giving me a run for my money today, which is another reason why I couldn't go live. I was not able to work with Tex and still be trying to entertain you all at the same time. So there's been some drama with that bull today, which meant that the beginning song, Don't Mess with Tex, was even more fitting today than ever. Because today he really has been something. He's, I don't want to tell you too much because that ends up, if you end up talking too much about it, then you've already got the gist of the video for tomorrow. And those are usually the worst videos, is the ones where everyone already knows sort of what happens and why it happens. So I have to give you a little bit of a teaser. That would just be a little teaser. Don't mess with Tex. You can hashtag that. Why don't you all just hashtag that right now? That would be so fun. Hashtag don't mess with Tex. And I will say that he's been quite the terror the last couple of days. But I will I want to talk. My body says let's talk about it. I want to talk about it. But I know that I can't. I was even going to put him in with the horses, but he would not stay, guys. He has something going on inside of him, and he just has the devil. It's just the devil getting into him, I think. And so I've been trying to work with him a little bit and get him moved to where I can relax and just have a little bit of peace, because right now he's not making it very peaceful for me at all. So thank you for all the hashtags. Julie says he's looking for a little something, something. Maybe so. I don't know. Now, here's the thing. If any of my cows were in heat, he would be with the cows and not trying to push out of the pasture. But he is, in fact, trying to come out of the pasture, and I don't know why. I don't know what's going on that makes him want out so bad. But he's a strong bull, and he has very long horns, and he's able to do all kinds of things with them. And then I think that you all saw how he pushed through. Now, one gate, I was only holding it, and so there was no way I was going to be able to hold that against, you know, the 2,000 pounds. And then the other gate, which was just locked, and he found himself trapped in the barn with the John Deere and the hay. And he's like, I don't feel like I want to be trapped in here. Even though I was going to open a gate for him, he couldn't wait that long. So he found himself a way to just break through. And so just remember that they do make a special gate that's made for bulls. They're made of a very heavy duty metal, not those cheap aluminum gates. but most of our gates are the cheaper kind because you hope that you don't have cows pushing up against them. But boy, so whoever's asking, I wonder what's wrong with them. That's the question of the hour, because I don't know what's going on with him, but there's something, and he's pacing the fence lines and he's not happy. He's very aggravated, yes. And maybe someone says maybe because he wants that blue barrel, or it could be a midlife crisis. I just don't know. Or maybe it's July 4th, Independence Day, and he wants to let freedom ring. I don't know. He might want to let freedom ring. Don't get me to singing that song, because I will. I don't know who sings it, but now by saying let freedom ring, I just feel like I should grab my kazoo and start humming it. Let freedom ring. You know what song I'm thinking about. Anyone know who sings that? I think it's by a woman, and I think that her let freedom ring is because she's been done wrong by a man. Hey, could I show you all something right quick? Let me see if I can. How do I do this? Miss Molly, I may need you. Miss Molly, I don't know for a fact, but I might need me some Miss Molly help. All right, what I'm going to try to do, Miss Molly, is I'm going to try to share my screen. Now, let me figure out how to do this. Okay. Now I got to drag this. Molly, I'm going to try to do this. Okay. All right. Can you all see what I'm looking at over here? Can you all see the Longhorn Lester Facebook page? Let me make sure that you all can see what I'm hoping that you can see. I'm looking for a yes. Can everyone see the Longhorn Lester on Facebook? Okay. Yes. Everyone's saying yes. Okay. Let me show you something that is on here. If you scroll down, I just put the brand new newsletter. Now, listen, I am not, hear me when I say this. I am not trying to encourage you to go to Facebook. I am not. But I just know that the sweet lady who does this for us puts a lot of time and effort into this. And I don't think that people understand how amazing this newsletter is. So what I'm going to try to do is click on it and show you a little bit about what the newsletter is all about. So let me ask you this. Even though I can't see it here, can you all see that I've opened the newsletter? Does it show you that I've opened the newsletter? Just yes or no. So you guys are still caught up on that song. Okay, okay, everyone's saying no. All right, so I don't know why it's not showing me that I've opened the newsletter. Well, then that's not going to work. So if it's not going to work, then I don't know how to show you. So what I'm looking at on my computer is the opened newsletter. So what I'm going to try to do maybe is take it here. Give me a moment. Oh, Lord. I'm still trying to figure this out. Okay. Now let's try that again. Here we go. All right, now let's see if we can do it. All right, now can you all see the opened newsletter? Can you all see the opened newsletter? I am trying to see if you guys can see the opened newsletter. So I do see people saying yes, yes, yes. Okay, fine. Okay, so I want you to notice what happens over here. Every couple of weeks, the sweet lady, all right, are you able to see that I'm scrolling down through the newsletter? Are you able to see that I'm scrolling through the newsletter? So there's multiple pages to the newsletter. So, man, this is so hard because half are saying yes, half are saying no, and I don't know who to listen to. I don't know who to listen to. Well, anyway, just let me tell you. All right, let me tell you. And there's no way for me to come here and do it. No. All right, it doesn't matter. I would love to show you, but I'm not going to be able to. So anyway, we have this really awesome way for those who are unable to go over to. Let me close all of that stuff out. They put a lot of work into these wonderful newsletters. And what I think is really neat about it is not only does it have the link to all of the videos that you've not been able to see, you may have missed them, but it also gives you a snippet of what the video was about. There's also informational things that you may not know. For example, since I can't show you, there have been word searches that have to do with our animals, word finds, crossword puzzles for those who enjoy printing off stuff like that. There's also, we saw one week they had the entire lineage from Tex, all of the paternal side of all of our cows, and that side of the family. All of the maternal side was on a different week where we could all see Santana's lineage and all of those things. And there's just a lot of work that the sweet lady puts into that. And I feel bad because I don't think that many people know it even exists. Now, hear me out. I'm not encouraging you to go to Facebook. I'm not. As a matter of fact, I really do believe that Facebook is on its way out. I do. And that the faster you learn to use other sources of social media, the better. But for those that still find a challenge in YouTube and are unable to use YouTube, or for those who try YouTube and can't figure it out, then there's always that option on Facebook that will still direct you to our videos without you having to try to go find them. And they also give you a yes. So Tina's asking, where is that newsletter? And so that newsletter is on Facebook. So once again, I'm not trying to encourage you to go to Facebook. As a matter of fact, I'm giving you a heads up on something. And it's not because I have any hard feelings towards Facebook, but Facebook is on its way out. This platform is changing. And so the Facebook that you used to know is changing. But for those that would enjoy the newsletter, it is available. All right. I just wanted to make sure that you guys understood that. Let me close it because it's putting a really bright glare onto my face. Okay. Anywho, Carol says, I signed up for the email notifications for that newsletter. That's awesome, Carol. So anywho, so like I said, now, okay, so I probably should have said that 3 times. Like I was trying to say, I'm not trying to encourage you to start using Facebook again if you have in fact found your way off of Facebook, because everyone knows that Facebook is in a very weird transition right now. Okay. Well, Dwayne says, Lester, I wish I could speak with you about the professor video. I don't know how we could do that. Hey, Mr. Dwayne. So Dwayne and I are friends. Dwayne, without us actually talking. Now, Dwayne, you and I do use Facebook Messenger on occasion, and I think you even have my phone number. But I'm going to go ahead, Dwayne, and guess what I bet you want to talk about. And so I'll go ahead and address that real fast. And if I don't cover that topic, Dwayne, then by all means, get back on and let me know if I have not covered it or not. The video from the professor's email was a real email. I was a little bit surprised that so many people were so a lot of people thought that the voice from the email was from somebody else. Guys, that was me voicing over. I don't understand how people did not realize that what I was doing was reading the email. I was reading the email. So, and then I was trying to read the email in what I thought might be the professor's voice. So, two things that was very confusing to some people is the fact that that was me reading the email, and that was me trying to read that email in what I thought was a professor type voice. Lester, I do not appreciate the fact that Chuck is alone up there with them bulls. And so I was trying to also sound like I was a Yankee from Pennsylvania, because all of those things were in that email. Okay, so I was really caught off guard that so many people thought that that was actually someone's voice. And then you thought that I was trying to trick you. I was reading the email in that person's voice. Now, secondly, the lady's picture who I put onto the email, I have no idea who that is. I just typed in college professor, and I got a whole lot of pictures, y'all. Anybody can go to Google and type in anybody, and you can find pictures of them. And so all I did was stuck a picture of a person I don't know next to an email that I really got. And then I tried, for entertainment purposes, to read it to you in what I thought might be her sounding type voice. Okay, I'm going to delete that comment real fast. Hold on. Give me one moment. We're not going to do that. Okay. All right. So for the lady who just now said, all you've done was proven that you're racist. Okay. So I think that you're a little bit confused on what racist means, or maybe I am. And so I'm very open to discussing that. But before I do, let me make a couple of statements. Both of my sons' moms are Hispanic, Latinas, Latina, Latinas. They're both Mexicans. And then I'm going to also say this. I think that Miss Keisha, one of our moderators, is in the top 10 most beautiful women that I've ever seen. And I think that Miss Keisha might be black. So those are two statements that I'm going to make right there. That Miss Keisha is in the top 10 most prettiest ladies that I know. Sorry if I embarrass you, Miss Keisha, but you're a beautiful woman. And I was married to two Latinas. So if you think that I'm being racist, well, gosh, I don't know if you know what racist means, or if you think I might be stereotyping, maybe so. Maybe I do stereotype what a Yankee sounds like, or a Northerner from Pennsylvania. I might be stereotyping that, okay? But I'm not going to play the race game. So if you're going to try to play the race thing, also don't forget that our farriers, our most trusted farriers are Courtney and Ashley, who are a lesbian couple, and they've made plenty of money off of Lester. So I'm not homophobic. There you go. And don't forget, I actually went on a gay date one night. Remember the gay date with the black guy? Who remembers my gay date with the black guy? Can y'all raise your hand if you remember my gay date with the black guy? So no one remembers my gay date? Please tell me you remember my gay date with the black guy. Okay. He bought me cotton candy. You remember that he bought me cotton candy. And that's when I realized he was gay. Okay. So maybe I stereotype things, but and so I'm guilty of sometimes stereotyping, okay? I am guilty of stereotyping, but I'm not homophobic. I went on a gay date and I ate cotton candy with a black man, and I'm not racist, okay? So, if oh Lord, people, just Lord. Now listen, when I do that, when I say Lord, oh man, I'm just saying Lord. Oh Lord. Now hold on a minute. So I have not seen Dwayne yet. Dwayne, the comments are going real fast. But Dwayne, have I touched on anything that what you wanted to talk to me about yet? Because I'm completely open. Someone says you don't stereotype, you generalize. I don't know, y'all. And then so the only other thing that I'm gonna say that might sound kind of like I'm a stereotyper is if you're asking me why I chose to use a African-American woman instead of a white woman or a Hispanic woman, it's because I felt like her name sounded more culturally non-white. I thought that her name sounded like culturally not white, non-white. So I hope that you're not being so sensitive. It's kind of like if you get a text from a guy named Julio. I'm not saying nothing. I'm going to ask the chat. If you get a text from a guy named Julio, you're probably guessing that that guy is fill in the blank, chat, fill in the blank. If you get a message from a guy named Julio, you're probably guessing that that guy is probably Hispanic. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that that means that we're racist. I think that that means that we unfairly categorize folks based on names. And so Chinese, did I just spit? I didn't mean to spit. That made me laugh, and I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. So no, guys, I'll tell you what, I was quite taken back by a lot of the comments on that video. And there were people who went as far as trying to contact the university. And I thought to myself, how nuts. Listen to me. I'm sorry. I love you. And I'm blessed to have you. But if you went out of your way to contact this poor lady's job, shame on you. Guys, you can read the comments for yourself. There were people who went and tried to contact this lady's job. Shame on you, y'all. Shame on you. Why? What is the purpose in that? Listen, there ain't no black lady named Karen. Stop it. There ain't no one black named Karen. Not one of y'all can name anyone black named Karen. Okay? You can't. You can't. So y'all stop. So if you think that we're being rude or mean or racist or, yeah, no, shame on those people for trying to get that lady fired from her job. Anybody can have any opinion they want to. And, okay, Tracy, you need to take that back. Tracy says she works with the lady named Karen who's black. Okay. And if there's any exception to the rule, I am the only white guy named Lester that I know. I know 10 black guys named Lester. Well, my dad and my son. So really, I don't really know why we're even having this discussion. But you know what? I don't mind talking about things. And so that's what you get from this channel, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, all right, I still have not seen Dwayne pop back. Dwayne, if it's something that I've not already talked about or addressed, I'm more than happy to have a discussion with you, either here, or you can text me or call me, but not while I'm on a live right now. I do believe you have my number. I'm pretty sure you do. Okay, well, I'm guessing there's more Karens than I thought. I thought that Karen was kind of a white name. I kind of thought that Julio was a Spanish name. So, well, I think that they said that Dwayne said it was a misunderstanding. Maybe so, Dwayne, because here's what I will tell you. I'm going to take off my glasses to avoid the glare, and I'm going to try to look the camera in the eye. I know it's a little green light, but I think that's as much as the eye as I can. I have no malintent. If any of the videos come across that I was trying to have malintent, I have no malintent. I have told you guys a few times before that I'm blessed that I have no enemies in this world. I think that after what happened with Hurricane Harvey, and as much hate and animosity towards family and friends and co-workers and my boss and so many people, and all of that welled up inside of me for so long, and it just ate me up. It ate me to pieces. It just ate me up. And so there was a horrible moment in my life when I was just so tired, just so very tired. And I just surrendered to it, y'all. I just surrendered to it. And I don't want to get into all of the details of what that means. But when I finally made demands on God, which I hate that, I'm embarrassed to say that now. And when I finally come out of that, I am blessed to say that, number one, I came out of that darkness. And number two, all of that nasty stuff that I was holding inside of me was gone. And I'm blessed that it's never come back. So when I see all of the hate and all of the anger and all of the frustrations, and I get where a lot of people come from, because I've been there, I promise you that. And I'm never going back to that dark of a place. So I don't care if you're black or white or brown. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican or Canadian. I don't care if you're British or Australian, or I don't care. I don't care if you stand or if you kneel. I don't care if you're a man or a woman, or if you don't know if you're a man or a woman. Maybe I don't care. I don't. I love you anyway. I do. We don't have to agree on everything, but I promise you, I'll never, ever have a dark place in my heart for anybody ever again. So that is one thing that I can say. And I've tried to preach that as much as I can, because it was a really nasty place where I lived for so long. And I'm blessed that I come out on the other side of that. So anyway, I don't really know exactly what else. I don't even know where that came from. But I did not make any video with malintent. The video before yesterday was also a black man, but that was not my actual neighbor. So my neighbor, who I've had so many issues with, is in fact a black man. But that was not my actual neighbor. All I did was went to Google and typed in an angry black man. And that was the first image that popped up, which is what I used on my thumbnail, because my video was in fact about an angry black man. And so the video of the professor, I feel like her name sounded culturally like she probably was not white. And then today, the angry lady on the forklift who almost killed me and could have killed me with her forklift, she was black. But when I typed in angry woman on forklift, all I could find was a white woman on a forklift. What I'm trying to say is, you see how it can kind of play both ways? The lady who almost killed me on a forklift was black, but I did not type in angry black woman on a forklift. Does that make sense to anybody? Does anybody get me? Anybody? The lady on the forklift from Tractor Supply was angry, and she was mad because it was hot, and she was the only one who was able to use the forklift. Remember, just because someone has a job at Tractor Supply does not mean that they have been trained or have passed all of the certification to drive the forklift. And so it just so happened that the day that I showed up to get all of those materials, she was the only person who was able to be on the forklift. And there was a line of people who she was having to do things for. And so I think that she was so angry because whoever had unloaded the truck had left things stacked in her way. So she couldn't just easily pull up, grab what you need, and load it to your trailer. Instead, she's having to move stuff and shift stuff around. And so she was an angry woman. So I've taken off my glasses and I can't see what y'all are saying. So, well, I didn't mean to get on here and make everybody mad at me. I did not mean to get on here and make everybody mad at me, okay? I just got on here because I couldn't go live from being outdoors. It was too wet. And like I said, I'd had all kinds of issues with Tex, our wonderful longhorn bull. But I did not mean to upset anybody. And then, yeah. Are there any more questions that I can answer? I don't mind answering questions. I might as well go ahead and you might as well get it out of your system, guys. Just go ahead and get it out of your system, okay? I'll just go ahead and answer any other questions you got. Go ahead. Ay. Oh, no. Someone says, do not use pictures from the internet on your thumbnails. Oh, no. I'm not going to change my video style, and I'm not going to change my thumbnail style. I would be a fool. Listen to me. No matter what you may say or what you may think, I would be a fool to change up how my channel goes. Guys, this channel has been going strong for... it'll be 8 years in a couple of months. And so I'm not going to change up things now just because of a misunderstanding from a few people on the professor. Can I call her the nutty professor? I'll just call her the nutty professor. So yeah, I saw that there was some backlash to that particular photograph. Don't know why. I don't know who that lady is, but I feel like a lot of y'all do know her. So that is why I think that there were so many people who were upset. Anywho, I don't know who the lady is, but if you know her, and I don't. Anywho, so yes, today was a big day. This morning on our live video during our coffee club, we did go out and we put the Blue Lagoon. We moved it from the horse pasture over to the bullpen. And we did that because everyone's asking about the Blue Lagoon. Listen, the horses were making it really dirty. I don't know if you guys realize this, but horses will walk up with hay and feed in their mouth, and they like to rinse their mouth out. And that would put all of that stuff in our water. And there were 500 gallons of water having to be cleaned out twice a week. And then how many of y'all noticed that I had stopped showing you the water in the Blue Lagoon? Normally, I take so much pride in walking by with my camera and showing you the water. I love it when you see how clean the water is. But did you notice that I stopped showing the water in the Blue Lagoon? Because I was embarrassed about it. I was embarrassed of how dirty it was. Not that the water quality was dirty, but that the horses were getting stuff in the water. And I'd never seen water get dirty so fast as that Blue Lagoon was getting. And then I felt bad because every couple of times a week, I'm having to let and watch 500 gallons of water drain onto the ground. And then I felt like I wasn't doing my part as a member of, as a human to the earth by wasting so much water. So I said, you know what? We're not going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and move that Blue Lagoon up front because the bulls have a really hard time not pushing their water troughs over. So I knew that with 500 gallons of water, they wouldn't be able to push it over. And bulls also don't walk by and rinse their mouths out the way the horses do. So that's why I made that switch. So the Blue Lagoon, you'll see it from here on out, has been moved over to the bullpen. And the bulls have done wonderful. The bulls have done wonderful with the Blue Lagoon. And then the horses are going back to their 150-gallon water troughs. And I'm only filling up one of those right now because we only have 3 horses in there. So if I have to end up draining a water trough twice a week, I'm only draining a little bit of water, not hundreds and hundreds of gallons. I hope that makes sense to you all. It's just me not feeling right. I just didn't feel right about that. Are you going swimming with the bulls? That would be a big no. That would be an absolute no. If you guys have not noticed this, those bulls are getting big and they're angry. They have attitudes. Every one of them have attitudes. And I will not be going in there with those bulls. Okay. Listen, I just saw Miss Keisha, one of the top 10 most prettiest ladies that I know, said that, guys, he's working with 2 channels. And there's no way he can see every comment. So if I missed a particular comment, I'm actually not even reading the comments. What I'm seeing, I'll try to show you. Everyone say something. How can I show you? How can I show y'all what I see? No. How can y'all see? Okay, there we go. Now you all can see what I see. Look at the comments over there. You all see those comments? Let me try to turn my camera where. So what you see, look how fast the comments are going. So there's no way I can have a normal conversation and still read every comment. And then what happens is they go by in groups of 20. So there's 20, then they'll go away. Then 20 more pop up. Then they go away. Then 20 more pop up. Then they go away. Then 20 more pop up. Then they go away. And so I'm not trying to be rude, but there's no way I can go by and read every comment. I'm sorry. But here's what I do. Here's what I do. I always watch the replays when the lives are over. And that's when I usually take time to read all the comments. And so, all right. Well, oh, Lord. As far as Carl and those eggs, guys, I don't know what that boy's doing. I don't know. But, oh, well, here's another thing. So yesterday on that video, that the guy on the front was not really an ostrich egg expert. I just typed in ostrich egg expert. And that Chinese guy popped up holding an ostrich egg. So I used him on my thumbnail along with me, along with Debbie, along with some real ostrich eggs. So I didn't know that y'all are going to be triggered by thumbnails. I've always played with thumbnails. Listen, I'll tell you the way it works with thumbnails. And I only say this, I'm not saying it with expert authority, but I'm saying it with the guy who's had a successful YouTube and Facebook channel for a while, enough to where it makes a living for me and my family. He only sees my comments when I have to pee. Salty. So you have to make your thumbnails the way you would do a cover on a book. So if you've ever taught school, especially if you ever taught language arts and, library science, everyone knows, okay, so there's two ways to think about it. Number one, you've all heard, you can't judge a book by its cover. We all heard that expression. You can't judge a book by its cover. Meaning in our world, I hope you don't judge this video based on a bad thumbnail. So instead, what I try to do is include a thumbnail that might be translucent to what's going on in the video, meaning that the thumbnail and the video will have something in common. But I also want those thumbnails to catch attention. And I'm going to say one last thing, and please don't be mad when I say this. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm going to grab that real fast. Okay. Thomas, thank you so much, Mr. Thomas. And Mr. Thomas, I'm going to add one last thing to your statement. And I appreciate you, Mr. Thomas, for saying this. Guys, I'm going to change one thing out of his statement. Mr. Thomas Simons says, thumbnails are meant to grab our attention. But I'm going to tell you one YouTube secret. You ready for this one over here? Promise me you won't be mad if I tell you this. Mr. Thomas, and to all of you other folks who are watching right now, I'm not trying to grab your attention. I've already got your attention or you wouldn't be here. I'm trying to grab new people's attention. I'm trying to grab a new audience. I don't want to change you, but I want the channel to grow. And so what I'm trying to do is put a thumbnail that if YouTube does happen to recommend a video to somebody, and you open up your YouTube and there's 10 videos to choose from, either on your TV or on your laptop or on your phone, I need you to choose my thumbnail. I need you to pick my video. And then if you do click my video, it's my job to grab your attention long enough to make you maybe think, this is pretty interesting. I'll watch this. I think that this looks pretty good. It's pretty good. I'll watch this. And so, Mr. Thomas, what you're saying is right. Thumbnails are meant to grab attention, but I've already got your attention. I'm trying to grab new people. That's how channels grow. And if they don't grow, if they get stagnant, then they will die. A channel will die. I don't mean to sound like, not trying to sound like I don't appreciate and love all of you all. I do, absolutely. But somewhere along the way, we got your attention. And that's how we have you as friends of the channel now, as friends and family of the channel. So what we're trying to do is grab new people's attention. And that means it requires a lot of work with those thumbnails. Okay. So is there any other question? Thank you, Mr. Thomas, for that. I appreciate you doing that. So, all right. Well, listen, if that's the case, I think that we're going to go ahead and make our way out of here. We are right at an hour. I want to say thank you so very much. Lorraine says, will you please tell me about the gay date? Lorraine, just know that I did not know the guy was gay. Guys, I do have the dogs with me. Whoever says, how come I have no dogs? So the dogs are here. So real fast about the gay date. I did not know the guy was gay. I just thought that he thought I was cool. And he had tickets to the football games. So it wasn't until later in the night when he bought the cotton candy and wanted to share it that I began to realize that he might not be straight. Yes, he did pick me up. So that was my only ride. Okay. So remember, even though he was gay, I'm not. But it doesn't matter. I don't judge. I don't care. I just told you the story. And yes, I did get to go to the football game. So that was the perk. The perk of going out with the gay guy was he did take me to a football game and he did buy me cotton candy. Sorry. And I have no regrets for those two things. Guys, we have Cahoot tomorrow night, okay? And the live will start at about 7:30, and we'll get that Cahoot kicked off as soon as you guys get logged in. All righty? And if you got other stuff going on, it was blue cotton candy, baby blue. So if you have other things going on tomorrow, like other stuff, then by all means, you do other stuff. I hope you have a wonderful evening. We love you so very much. We're super blessed to have you. And thank you for being an audience tonight that I could talk to. You know, we don't get to talk very often. And usually we have that camera and we're just going through the motions. And it's nice to sometimes be able to come in and just talk. And that's what tonight offered, a chance to chit chat and talk. All righty? I'm going to play this other video for y'all as you're leaving out. Thank y'all for watching.
Down in Texas where the sun runs high, there's a place where hearts and spirits fly. I'm a survivor stands for all who've been through. A second chance, a promise, pure and true. They take the broken, the battered, the lost, love without measure, no counting the cost. Every hoof and paw gets the life it deserves, a pasture of hope where kindness curves. We're all survivors of something you see, bound by the winds of destiny. Together we heal, together we thrive, and I'm a survivor. We're keeping dreams alive. The rooster crows at the break of dawn. Life rolls on, the pain is gone. Each animal here gets its own sweet song. A family where all the broken belong. Stretching fences and wide open skies, where love's the language that never lies. Each soul that walks through those gates of grace finds a home, a heart, a safe new space. We're all survivors of something you see, bound by the winds of destiny. Together we heal, together we thrive, and I'm a survivor. We're keeping dreams alive. The rooster crows at the break of dawn. Life rolls on, the pain is gone. Each animal here gets its own sweet song. A family where all the broken belong. We're all survivors something you see, bound by the winds of destiny. Together we heal, together we thrive. And I'm a survivor, we're keeping dreams alive. Dreams alive. We're all survivors, we're keeping dreams alive.
Good night, my friends. Love you guys.